Hey guys, Zephyrnix here, and a lot of people wanted to get my thoughts on the whole software is more superior to hardware thing that MLD and True Send You Free is going with, and you know I'll go ahead and respond to that. I have no problem doing that. And I watched both videos thoroughly. I watched MLD's video once, and I watched. It was actually easy for me to understand. I knew where he was coming from. And I watched True Send You Free's video about 3 times, not because I didn't understand where he was coming from, but I wanted to make sure that I understood him correctly. And I feel that I do. So, I mean, I don't. I mean, it happens, but I feel that I do. So I'm going to go ahead and go through it real quick. Now, first of all, to truth, I don't think he's flip-flopping, man. I mean, I've never really saw him or anything, heard him say anything about which system is more powerful. I never really heard that. But honestly, I got to say, in a personal matter, I've been playing my PlayStation 3 for a good while now. And in all honesty, I don't see the power. I don't see this power that this sub-processor is supposed to produce. I mean, I just don't. Let me go ahead and put it in this kind of perspective. Like, you can't do simple things like, okay, I was on a chat with, who was it? Hummaster Flex, Hummaster Flex, Original Dogman, I think Shampoo was in there too, GTA 4, Real GTA 4. We was all in a chat room, right? You got a couple of people too. We was all in a chat room, right? So with this particularly powerful cell processor, you think I would be able to do something like, oh, I don't know, listen to music while I'm chatting, or maybe even just look at a picture. Just look at a picture. And I couldn't even do that. You know, I mean, I'm talking about streaming from the camera, but I'm talking about just look at it. I couldn't even do that. I mean, some other things too, like if the cell processor was so powerful, why does it take things like Home so long to load when Home is not breaking any barriers in terms of graphics? Or how come I can't travel from one game to another? Let's say from I don't want to talk about Blu-ray games because that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to games like give me a second, let me think of something. Blah blah blah. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then jump over from that to Super Street Fighter 4. Or no, I'm sorry, Super Street Fighter Alpha. God damn it, what's that game called? Super Street Fighter HD Remix. That's what it's called. Because they're both on both systems. How come I can travel to the one game and the other a lot faster on the Xbox 360, but I can't travel that fast on the PlayStation 3? You would think that with this quote-unquote powerful cell processor that you should be able to travel that far. But to be all honesty, I am not seeing that power. In my opinion, right now, the cell processor has the same effect on the industry as a blast processing chip. I kid you not. I am not seeing anything. Now, and by all means, I'm not knocking PlayStation 3 because it definitely has its good points. I'm loving the fact that it streams freaking movies all play. I'm loving that. But aside from that, I'm not seeing anything that's assisting me. Well, except for the fact that I can actually read comics on, from my PC directly to my TV, but that's another story altogether, isn't it? Now, where are these games that will be taking advantage of the cell processing chip? Now, first of all, I know you guys want to throw out a couple of games for me, but you got to remember one thing. It does have a Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray is a big medium that holds huge textured games. Okay, huge textured games, basically meaning that it holds oversized textures, so the game will look better. So before you start answering, know what you're talking about, because I can't stand ignorance. All right, you have to know what you're talking about. If you're gonna respond, but I'm gonna call you out on your ignorance if you don't know the difference between a game that's benefiting from the Blu-ray versus the cell. I'll give you a clue. There is no game. I really will. I gotta admit, it was a setup. There is no game that's showing me the power of the quote-unquote cell processor. Let me put it this way, too, another thing, too, is that people talk about the potential of the PlayStation 3 and what it can do. Now, 2 games I have a problem with. One, ModRacer said that they maxed out the power of the PlayStation 3. That's what they said, quote, unquote. Now, they also said that the PlayStation... who else said? Kojima said that not only did he max out the Blu-ray, but he also maxed out the power of the PlayStation 3. In fact, he also went on record to say that he was upset because Sony made the PlayStation 3 sound all powerful, but it wasn't as powerful as he originally thought it was. Yes, those are quotes. Go look it up. I'm not going to show you proof. The only proof I'll show you is my dick in your mouth. Okay? Seriously, I'm not. Go look it up. In the words of Real GTA, suck my dick is long. So, let's keep going. First of all, You want to talk about the PS1 and why the PS2 and why they sold so well, and let's go over that. You mentioned that the success of the PS1 was, excuse me, the PS2 was due to the hype of the PlayStation 1. That is very correct. It is 190% correct. Once again, you also said that developers developed for the PlayStation 3 due to the hype of the PlayStation 1, which gave them a big advantage. Yes, you are correct. However, the problem is that why were those was that system PlayStation 1 so successful? It was not because it was the most powerful system, but it was because of the software. Okay? Because if you want to talk about power of the system, well, the reality of it is that MLD's his argument once again gets bolder because yes, the power of if you look back in time in the history, all the most powerful machines failed with the exception of the Super Nintendo. Now, with that being said, I mean it was because of the software. It's the reason why a game console will evolve. Not only that, but the more software part, it's because of third-party software. If you actually look online to show, check out the best-selling games, and we're talking about PlayStation 1, PlayStation, whatever, you'll notice that besides the fact of Gran Turismo, the PlayStation 3's games, all are third-party games that made it where it is today. The Final Fantasies, all those games made it to what it is today. To it's the household name, not because of Sony, but because of the third-party systems. The problem with that is that that's what Xbox 360 is doing now. They're taking, they're getting all the third-party developers. They're getting them all. You know, they're saying, come develop for us, and they're doing that, and they're making the game stronger. So you have third-party developers developing for the Xbox 360, and it's not, they're not even on the paychecks of Microsoft, and that presents a problem. The PS brand, you also mentioned the PS brand. Oh, you mentioned the PS brand helped the PlayStation 3 because the attention that the Xbox 360 had. That is 100% bullshit and incorrect. The fact of the matter is that the PlayStation 2 brand had to help the PlayStation 3 because Sony fucked up. And that's what happened. They screwed up. They actually got the PlayStation 3 itself was overpriced and virtually no games, which equals to no reason to waste your money. It was an overpriced Blu-ray player in a world where at the time Blu-ray wasn't even a norm. No one even heard of Blu-ray. It's like, oh, Blu-ray, what does it do? Paint my screen blue? I don't know. That's where it was coming from. Now it's great. You know, of course, I kind of pity those who bought it from the gate, but yeah, whatever. So then, I mean, but that's just basically it. Now, you also said what, you know, it's all about what's under the hood, and once again, I have to agree. The problem is, though, is that the only thing I see under the hood that's worth it is Blu-ray. And I'm just saying that again. We're talking about the cell processing chip. Where is the power of the cell processor? Don't say Uncharted, because Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2, I see oversized, really good use of textures. I don't see the cell processing power that's supposed to reside in it. And don't give me that. Like I said before, don't give me that whole big old thing regarding how, you know, it's all about, you know, the graphics, all silver, the product. Don't give me that crap. Okay? Sell that to someone who doesn't know what he's talking about. Now, you also mentioned a 180 from the Xbox 360. I gotta say, that's incorrect, too. I haven't seen any company really doing a 180 from the Xbox 360s. I've seen them go on record to say they're doing a 180 from the Wii, but, I mean, you're lying. You really are. I mean, that's basically what you're doing. I mean, unless I didn't see anything, it's possible. But unless it came out recently, I've not seen anyone say that we're no longer going to develop for the Xbox 360 because of it's a weaker hardware. No one's saying that. In fact, they're not going to do that. And I'll tell you why. One, because it's cheaper to develop for the Xbox 360. Okay, that's fact. Two, it sells better on the Xbox 360. Once again, proven fact. You know, and really that's all you need. I mean, there's a third, it's easier to develop for the Xbox 360, essentially more cost efficient, going back to number one, but, you know, that's kind of kicking you when you're down. But everyone wanted to know my advice, and that's it. I gotta say, overall, MLD is correct. It's about the software. It's all about the games. It's not about the hardware. Because you can have the most powerful hardware in the world, and with all the potential in the world, but if that potential is not utilized, then there's nothing. It's a waste of space. But don't get it twisted. I think your potential of the PlayStation 3 has already been utilized, and there has been no games that's come out recently that's proved it otherwise. First party or third party. You have a good night. Zeph is out.